Good afternoon, Pokesports. I'm your host, Mike, and I play with two Pokemon on the field. Today, we're going to be playing with this team by TheStudyGraveler, who went and shared this team so graciously on our Discord. You too can share your teams on the Discord if you just click on that link down below. Head on over to the Discord, go to the Rental Codes channel, and go and drop your rental code and Pokepaste, please, over there. This team by TheStudyGraveler, he used this in EUIC recently and got to day 2 as the 67th place. And again, think about this. EUIC had over 1,000 people, so clearly puts them in the top 10% of players, which is just fantastic. It says that Dragonite and CHIEN-PAO is a little bit of a difficult matchup against this, but is playable. And so we're going to try and see that in this game. What happens when we see a Dragonite and a CHIEN-PAO? But I digress. Let's talk about this team, okay? We've got Iron Jugulis, Iron Hands, and Chi-Yu. Iron Jugulis is really the star of this team, able to set up on things like a Flutter Mane, especially with Terra Steel. If you see a Flutter Mane, you just hit that Terra Steel. You're not going to be taking damage from that fairy move, those fairy moves, and you're still going to be faster than it by 2 points as long as the Flutter Mane is modest. There are a lot of max speed modest Flutter Manes out there, so being faster than it and hitting a Tailwind or a Snarl or an Air Slash to try and flinch can really be important in keeping your team alive. Iron Hands is just a wonderful Pokemon, and it's back kind of in the meta where Fake Out and Volt Switch and Close Combat and Wild Charge are all just super hyper relevant moves. Plus it has the Assault Vest, so you're going to be living a lot more special attacks. You have the Terra Fire for even more defense. Chi-Yu with the water defensive Terra as well has Terra Blast, so you're able to use a nice choice specs 1.5 times Water Stab, which is great. But you also have Overheat and Heat Wave and Dark Pulse to do just a ton of Chi-Yu damage. A lot of these Pokemon synergize really well with the second half, which is Amoonguss, PALAFIN, and Flutter Mane. Amoonguss does so well in this team, letting you bring in your PALAFIN and not be worried about the Pokemon that switches in replacement of the PALAFIN, because you have the Rage Powder on the Amoonguss. Iron Hands works really well with PALAFIN. PALAFIN, you want to switch it out the first time, so it triggers 0 to hero, and then you bring it back. Terra Water, hit a Wave Crash, hit a Jet Punch, do a bajillion damage, just water, straight up water damage. You got the Mystic Water item to make sure that you do even more. And then Flutter Mane with Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, and Protect. Flutter Mane can live a surprising amount of hits, and I want you to think about that when you go into this video, of just what do you think Flutter Mane will get knocked out by, and then see what actually happens. Because it's very interesting to see. Anyway, with all of these Pokemon, I am super excited to get into the games and try and pull out some wins. So please, if you're ready, join me now. All right, and it looks like our first match is up against Nini. Nini, who is going to be bringing the Tatsugiri Dondozo. Looks like I'm going to need something for that. I like Amoonguss, but I just worry about trying to put something to sleep and having it turn into a WO-CHIEN or a Golden Go. So maybe I bring that in the back. Maybe it's just the Iron Hands PALAFIN lead. You know, that does seem rather standard. It seems pretty good in this situation. Yeah, I think this will be just fine. If we then go with Flutter Mane and Amoonguss, then we have something to cover our bases when we go. Because I am going to want to switch out PALAFIN at some point. And I think when I do that, I'm probably going to want to go into Amoonguss. And then I'll just want Amoonguss to be able to take a hit. And Amoonguss can take a hit from most of these blokes. So yeah, we'll go up against Nini. We'll try our best. And we'll get it going. Okay. Playing against it. It has actually been quite a while since I've played for the channel, I guess, right? Last one was the Evolution team on my part, I think. Been a while. So there's the WO-CHIEN and the CHIEN-PAO, meaning one of them is probably about to get a big old Fake Out. Now, I would kind of like to... Listen, if I Fake Out the WO-CHIEN, and I flip the PALAFIN into something else. No. No, I'm going to fake out the CHIEN-PAO, and I'm going to flip the PALAFIN into Amoonguss, because if this WO-CHIEN is out for blood, it might want to Leech Seed the PALAFIN, it might want to Leech Seed the Iron Hands, but regardless, if it Leech Seeds the PALAFIN, then that turns into an Amoonguss, and that Amoonguss doesn't get seeded. So that works. I suppose I could have also gone for Iron Jugulis to lead. Oh, he's just gonna withdraw that. That's perfect. That is perfect. And here comes Dondozo, so I can just go ahead and try and put that to sleep. What a nice first turn this has been. Now I go and have a bad time if the Dondozo terastallizes and has Tatsugiri come out. So I can assume that it'll terastallize something like Steel, and I can hit it with a close combat. This also covers if WO-CHIEN comes back out because they get scared of something. So I can do that. And then we can also Spore just in case. Should I terastallize? Yes. Yeah, I am gonna terastallize. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Out comes the Tatsugiri, goes into the Dondozo's mouth. Now the question is, are they going to terastallize? Or are they going to assume that I think that? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. They're going to terastallize right now. I'm terastallizing. Maybe they're not. Because Amoonguss would go after, would it not? Oh, Tatsugiri avoided the attack. I was like, who avoided the attack? What's going on here? Well, regardless, we are going to put that thing to sleep. So that's pretty sweet. So Iron Hands is going to close combat. This actually gives me a really good opportunity once this thing goes to sleep to Volt Switch out and bring out the PALAFIN. Now Iron Hands went first, so I kind of want a wild charge, but I think I'm gonna KO myself if I do. So I'm gonna Volt Switch. Yeah, I'm just gonna Volt Switch. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I would really like to Pollen Puff my Iron Hands, but that would require another... Fine. Fine. Play the long game. Play the long game. We can be fast asleep this time. I'm going to hope that it's not a 2-turn wake up. Anyway, here you go. There's a nice little Pollen Puff for you, buddy. And now we're gonna Volt Switch out. This is incredibly risky. So risky. I should Leaf Storm, because if it's an Earthquake anyway, then it'll KO my Iron Hands. Leaf Storm on that. Yeah, why not? Oh, good. Good. Thank you to the Sleep Kings and Queens on their thrones, allowing me to do all the good stuff this turn. We're going to bring PALAFIN back out because PALAFIN is so good beside this Amoonguss. We're just pure water power. I do wish that I didn't terastallize the Amoonguss, but it's okay. It's okay. We just knocked out ourselves a Dondozo. I did that because of the CHIEN-PAO. I was a little bit intimidated by the CHIEN-PAO. That's just Tatsugiri sitting there. And now with WO-CHIEN back out, This PALAFIN could have a bit of a tough time. So I'm just going to protect this turn. If I protect this turn and hit the WO-CHIEN with a Pollen Puff, I'm going to do a lot of damage. Even though my special attacks harshly fell, I think this is fine. I don't see myself going down this turn, and if I really need to, I can flip into Flutter Mane. If this Tatsugiri is going to lock itself into something like a Draco Meteor, then I can flip into Flutter Mane just pretty easily. They're actually going to Terrastallize the WO-CHIEN into water. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, this will mean that Pollen Puff does less damage. It's not 4 times as effective anymore. Now it's just normally effective. Yeah, and there's that Draco Meteor. Oh, it Giga Drained! That's pretty sweet. That did like 2 damage. That's no. Don't like it. We're gonna attack the WO-CHIEN and we're going to flip into Iron Hands, because why not? I'm gonna do it just because if it is, I mean, I guess I could have hazed last turn. No, not gonna think about it like that. Draco Meteor on the PALAFIN is going to do some big damage, but not that big. Special attack's going to harshly fall. They're going to have to switch out the Tatsugiri if they want that to do any kind of damage next turn. So this is the perfect opportunity, I think, to try and KO a WO-CHIEN, because they're just going to have to flip that out. Okay, so out comes the Flutter Mane. Yeah, they're gonna have to switch out the Tatsugiri right now. So I might as well go for the Dazzling Gleam. I might as well go for the Fake Out on the WO-CHIEN slot. Because even if it goes for another Draco Meteor, it's not gonna do that much damage at all. To Iron Hands. Oh, or I just straight up avoid it. That works for me too. Love that. All right, WO-CHIEN's gonna take like a tiny little bit of damage, like the teensiest little bit of damage. Yeah, but either way, it's gonna flinch. That turn is not gonna matter for WO-CHIEN. Out comes CHIEN-PAO. So it's Sucker Punch that I need to worry about, truly. So what the play here is, I believe, is to Volt Switch. No, it's just a straight up close combat. I need to do the damage. I definitely need to do the damage because that CHIEN-PAO is going to Sucker Punch. It has to Sucker Punch if it doesn't want to go down to my Flutter Mane. Oh, and the WO-CHIEN goes for the Dark Pulse on the Flutter Mane as well. So this is just a free close combat on the CHIEN-PAO. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, CHIEN-PAO. Next turn I can hit the WO-CHIEN with a Volt Switch, I suppose. Or, even better, I just hard swap into a Mungus. Or I don't, and I just Shadow Ball it and Wild Charge. Because if it attacks my, Iron Hands, then it gets a big Shadow Ball to the face. And if it attacks my Flutter Mane, then it gets a big old Wild Charge. Plus, my Flutter Mane attacks first, so it's going to do all that damage to WO-CHIEN first. Ruination. Okay. It just decides to end the game its way. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm hitting you with Ruination. It's my last turn. Let's see a cool animation. Dunzo. Dunzo. Cool. Cool. I like that game. That worked out well. I really do. As much as that PALAFIN didn't really get too much of a chance to shine, it was enough of a threat to redirect moves into it, which gave a lot of space for a lot of the bigger Pokemon on my side, like Iron Hands, like Flutter Mane, sometimes even Amoonguss to really do their stuff, right? Palafin's out there so that Amoonguss can spore so that Palafin can be great. Like they work together, they hold hands, they use the helping hand, the invisible helping hand, to go and win the game. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. Let's go into game 2. Come on. The next battle is up against Flutter Mane, who is going to be bringing a bunch of dark types. Oh, that's a lot of dark types and ghost types. Whoa. All right, Flutter Mane loves this team. Flutter Mane has joined the chat for sure. Chi-Yu also works quite well because the one dark type in there that I'm looking at is CHIEN-PAO. It also has something for the other 2 Pokemon, but I don't think that I can flip a Palafin into a Chi-Yu or a Flutter Mane, so that either means that I'm bringing Chi-Yu first, which I think is more the play. I think this is right? Iron Jugulis plus Chi-Yu. I might be able to set up a Tailwind. I kind of want to prioritize setting up a Tailwind. And there are enough special types here that makes me want to bring out the Iron Hands. Makes me want to hit the Fake Out. Do I want to bring the Amoonguss? No, I don't think so. Because of that Golden Go, I don't think I want to bring it. Because of the Azumarill, I don't think I want to bring it. Yeah, if that's a supporty Azumarill and it has Sap Sipper, I will not want to bring out that Golden Go. That wouldn't be fun. That would not be fun. Hey, what's up, Cinderace? How you doing? All right, here we go. So Flutter Mane is going to be sending out Murkrow and Roaring Moon. That is not the worst for me. I don't love the insta Tailwind, always use Tailwind team. But it'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. I might go and hit this Murkrow with an Overheat. I might go and hit this Roaring Moon with an Overheat. I think the answer is Murkrow, though. Just do the big damage. We're going to hit a Tailwind here. I'm a little worried of what this Roaring Moon can do. It might just kind of insta-jib one of my Pokemon. Would not like that. I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to be faster than the Roaring Moon here. Oh, but it missed someone. Iron Jugulis, it missed not the Pokemon that I really wanted it to miss, but funny enough, Chi-Yu does live that, and I love that it lives that. Anyway, here's a Revenge Tailwind. And the Overheat on the Murkrow is pretty sweet. I do love that. I would have loved Chi-Yu to be able to protect here, but this will be okay. With the Azumarill out, I don't think I could swip into I could swip into Iron Hands. Let's do it. And then Air Slash, we could get a fun little flinch on the Azu, I guess, but it'll probably go for an Aqua Jet just to finish off the guy. It hit with a Rock Slide, so what if I just Terra Steel? I have Flutter Mane, Terra Fairy Flutter Mane in the back. Yeah, I think the right play is to Terra Steel. And we're gonna do it on Azumarill. Why? I don't know. I think I have kind of a death wish. I would like Roaring Moon just to completely destroy my life. No, but in all seriousness, I think I can just go for a Fake Out next turn, go for an Air Slash, do some pretty big damage. And wait out those Tailwind turns so that I can Tailwind with Iron Jugulis again. Also, knowing that it went for a Rock Slide kind of makes for a really good opportunity to Terra. Now Iron Jugulis avoided it, and Iron Hands and Iron Jugulis avoided it, and Azumarill flinch. What a turn. Beautiful turn. Amazing turn. Bombastic turn. Okay. Now I could Go for a fake out and a taunt. I kind of don't hate that. I'm going to do it. I just think that this is the right thing to do. It might go for a protect here itself. Yeah, it's going to go for a protect. Well, a taunt next turn would be fun. I should change up what I do. Because they basically know what I want to do now. Right, so I'm going to instead go for a wild charge on Azumarill and switch into Chi-Yu? Michael, you wouldn't. No. No. We're going to air slash the moon. We are going to slash the moon! So they're doing it to Roaring Moon. They're giving it Terra Ground. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. I'm not trying to target it with an electric attack. That Aqua Jet's going to do a tiny bit of damage. And it's going to make it so the taunt would have been useless. But they knew that. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, at least I KO the Azumarill? Wait, did they just KO the Azumarill? No, they didn't. Okay, well, at least I KO the Azumarill. Interesting. All right, so my tail's team wind petered out. My team's tailwind petered out. I can bring in the Flutter Mane. Should I bring in the Chi-Yu? No, I'm going to bring in the Flutter Mane and protect. I think my only chance is to have the Iron Hands... Oh, no. Is to have the Iron Hands go down. Yeah, this is kind of all I can do. Well, yeah, this is kind of all I can do, is attack the CHIEN-PAO. We're going to protect this turn. We might even have to protect next turn, just so we don't get sucker pounched, you know? I have a feeling what's going to happen is either the CHIEN-PAO is going to protect or it's going to sucker punch the Flutter Mane. Right now, they're thinking about what I, as a player, would do. Am I protecting with the Flutter Mane or not protecting with the Flutter Mane? Because if this CHIEN-PAO goes for a sucker punch on my Flutter Mane and I attack, then it's going to KO me. But if the CHIEN-PAO goes for a protect, yeah, okay, amazing, amazing. I don't know if that guy needed to. Well, it doesn't matter now. So CHIEN-PAO hung on with his Focus Sash there. I don't know if the Roaring Moon needed to go for a protect there. TBH. But I do know that I want to flip into a Chi-Yu right now. CHIEN-PAO could again go for a protect. Roaring Moon could go for an Earthquake, and my whole life flashes before my eyes. Or CHIEN-PAO goes for a Sucker Punch, and Roaring Moon goes for... man. This might be hairy. If I land the second protect, then I might be good. Because I have a feeling that he could sack the Roaring Moon and actually be fine. Or sorry, he could, I get the second protect, nothing matters. He could sack the CHIEN-PAO and be perfectly fine. CHIEN-PAO has to go for another Sucker Punch. Does it go for an Earthquake? No, it goes for a Rock Slide. Okay. Yeah, that'll do it. But now what I can do is target the CHIEN-PAO. Roaring Moon lost some of his HP. Iron Hands is going to come out and fake out the CHIEN-PAO. I can take that out before it has a chance. And I can Moonblast. Moonblast? Yeah, Moonblast the Roaring Moon. Who might... Oh, they won't protect. And CHIEN-PAO goes for a protect. Does it outspeed me? Oh, I see. Yeah. That's the right thing to do, isn't it? Ah, well played. Well played. They know this matchup well. Alright, well, I'll give it to you. I'll go for a Volt Switch. I'll go for a Moonblast. Sucker Punch me! Sucker Punch! Thinking about it. Why, yada. I live it. I lived it. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't have to worry about that the whole time. I lived it. Hey. Oh, I could have sworn that takes me out sometimes. It does. I mean, regardless. Anyway, CHIEN-PAO goes down. Why, yada. Okay. Anyway, I defeated Hunter Pain. Phew. Phew. That was a close one. I honestly thought that I had lost that. I thought that what was going to happen was the CHIEN-PAO was going to attack the Flutter Mane. It was going to KO it in one, and then the Roaring Moon would just do anything, a light breeze, to knock out the guy, the Iron Hands. But didn't happen. Cool. Let's move on to game 3. Let's go. Okay, so with this team that is so clearly built with leads, wow, look at those leads. We've got Flutter Mane and Chi-Yu, we've got Dragonite and CHIEN-PAO, and we've got Iron Bundle and Torkoal. They're not even trying to be subtle about it. I respect it. I'm thinking this lead actually, because if this goes into a CHIEN-PAO Dragonite, we can bring Amoonguss and Flutter Mane. Actually, the TheStudyGraveler mentions this specifically. They say Terra Water in the physical defense bulk makes it take 1 Choice Banded E-Speed from Dragonite with Terra Normal plus Chien Ice Spinner. So play against this comp is, in their opinion, Amoonguss plus Flutter. Protect Flutter and Terra Amoonguss and Spore. It's not bulletproof, but it gives a little advantage against D-Knight PAO. I respect that. I do respect that quite a bit. Now, what do I do against the other ones? So Dragonite PAO, we've got that one. I do think that in case of Torkoal emergency, we might want PALAFIN, but I'm terastallizing already. So I think it might have to be Chi-Yu and Iron Jugulis to go against the Flutter Mane on their side. The Flutter Mane and the Chi-Yu on their side. Yeah. Yeah, let's go for it. I would love to... Oh, it's all black. I would love to bring out the Iron Jugulis, hit a nice Tailwind, get Chi-Yu outspeeding opposing Flutter Mane. I don't know. So Dragonite and that thing didn't happen, but what did happen is a Pokemon that can redirect. So I think I'm still going to Terra Water like I was going to before. I could even sleep one this turn. Oh, hold up. I like this a lot. If we sleep one of these, which one of these? Let's sleep the Chi-Yu because we don't have too much to do with that right now. We're going to protect with the Flutter Mane. They're going to terastallize. Now, as long as they don't terastallize grass on that Chi-Yu, then I think we'll be just fine. But that is going to be a Terra Fairy boy. This Terra is relevant, not because of the Flutter Mane, but because of the Chi-Yu. I need this Amoonguss to live 2 attacks, right? So if I kept it up, kept it grass, and then the Chi-Yu hit me with an overheat or a heat wave. Yeah, that Amoonguss would have gone down this turn. So Amoonguss takes a little bit of damage, just a wee bit. Dazzling Gleam's gonna hit the Amoonguss, and that's gonna do more damage. That did all the damage. Wow. Okay. That's not great. I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're in a good shape with this one. But at least we have Iron Jugulis. I've used up my Terra. I'm in a spot of trouble. I'm in a little spot of trouble. What's more useful here? Hitting a Snarl? I think hitting a Snarl is actually more useful. And then we go with that. Outspeeding right now isn't the point. Yeah, because we knew that Iron Jugulis would go first. This means that someone's going to live. I think both of these Pokemon are rather especially defensive. Well, would have been. And because of that Snarl, both of them lived. Or rather, both of them lived. Flutter Mane lived through both of them. My Flutter Mane. Oh, my Flutter Mane. It at least got some damage off, and if my Iron Jugulis would have lived another turn, then, you know, maybe, just maybe, I would have been able to set up a Tailwind this turn and do some better damage, but not quite the thing. Well, go for your Heat Wave. Probably going to lose this, though. I have little doubt in my mind that I can KO that Flutter Mane if my Chi-Yu is given the chance to attack. Heat Wave didn't hurt, obviously. Dazzling Gleam is going to hurt a little bit more. It's Terra Fairy after all. Not enough to KO, but the Heat Wave is going to take out the Flutter Mane at least. That Chi-Yu's faster than me though. No, this one's just a quick and dirty loss, I think. That is a choice scarfed Chi-Yu, is it not? Oh! Just a quick little extreme. Oh well, okay. That's a sad game 3. I'm not gonna do that for game 3. We've got to go for a win. Or at least a good game. This one didn't feel like a good game to me. Let's go into game 4 then. What could I have used there against Flutter Mane and Chi-Yu? I guess I could have brought out Iron Hands and just fine. Could have brought out Iron Jugulis at the beginning and did the Snarl. Okay, stuff to think about. All right, let's go. Next game. All right, my next one is up against Rueda, who is going to be bringing the WO-CHIEN. Okay, and the Great Tusk. Haven't seen the Great Tusk in a little bit. Now, something I learned about that Flutter Mane just then is that Iron Jugulis, really good. Iron Jugulis, real good against the Flutter Mane. So why don't I go for that again? I don't really like to bring Iron Hands because I feel like that's just an invitation for one of the first Pokemon to leave, to flip out. So I'm just going to bring the PALAFIN. I bring the Iron Hands in the back so that it can come out and still do the thing. But I don't like leading with it because it makes for very unpredictable leads. Except, I guess that does give you a little bit of knowledge on what the third Pokemon is, so that's pretty important. We're going to bring the Flutter Mane. We're gonna bring the Chi-Yu. Oh, it's gotta be the Flutter Mane. Let the record show that it was a very, very close choice between Chi-Yu and Flutter Mane. I ended up choosing Flutter Mane. That is a cool picture of an Annihilate. I love that. Everybody's so creative. Garganical and PALAFIN. Yeah, that's a solid first pick. Okay. So with my speed up here, I think going for a... I kind of want to go for a taunt, but I'm not going to go for a taunt. I'm going to go for a Tailwind. Tailwind and Terra Water Wave Crash? Just saying, Terra Water Wave Crash is pretty sweet against that Garganical right now. Not going to lie, they're going to withdraw the PALAFIN, hopefully assuming that I'm going to do the same. And instead bring in Colmilargo, which is the Great Tusk. Okay, okay. So we're just going straight up with the Terra Water PALAFIN here. And if the Garganical doesn't go in Terra right now, I'm about to do a lot of good damage to it. It's not. It's not. So here comes the Wave Crash. Now Garganical's pretty defensive, so it might not do it like all the damage, but it did a lot. A lot of damage. And then Salt Cure on the Iron Jugulis that they thought I was going to be the only Pokemon attacking with this turn. Okay. Now, the million-dollar question is, what happens now? I think I Air Slash the Great Tusk and I switch the PALAFIN out. If I switch that out to Iron Hands, then I can fake out the... Great Tusk next turn. The Great Tusk that might, just might, have Focus Sash or Assault Vest. If it has Assault Vest, then it just won't be able to protect. Ooh, they're gonna bring back the Colmilargo. Oh, are they bringing back the PALAFIN? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. PALAFIN's about to take an Air Slash. Yep. Garganical protecting is within the realm of possibility, and that just does so much good damage. I love that. PALAFIN's going to want to protect next turn. Because this is the first turn of Iron Hands. So a Fake Out is probably incoming. PALAFIN probably knows that and is going to go for a Protect. This is a good turn to switch into my own PALAFIN while hitting the close combat on Garganical. Yeah, that is what's going to happen here. So we're going to go close combat on this guy. I doubt it's going to go for a second Protect. I always doubt that they're going to go for the second Protect, but it's within the realm of possibility, I guess. It is kind of a win condition right now, but we'll figure that out. Ooh. Was that the... Oh, I was the first... Yeah, right. Tailwind. Hilarious. I went before the PALAFIN with Iron Hands because of Tailwind. Wow. All right, well. Wave Crash on the Iron Hands does all the damage. What? What? Very surprising. It's going to do a lot of damage to the PALAFIN, though, so... Flutter Mane out would be great. Because, again, I still have one turn of Tailwind left. Melena Letio. It's probably going to have to go for a Protect. They're both probably going to have to go for a Protect because, again, one turn of Tailwind left. We're going to go for a Jet Punch on the PALAFIN. We're going to go for a Shadow Ball on the Melena Letio. Did they go for a Terrestrialization already? No, they have not. No, they have not. Regardless, Shadow Ball is probably the right pick. Yeah, we're going to do it. I would have expected them to go for, I can't talk today, to go for double Protect, or at least a single Protect on the PALAFIN last turn. Oh, well, they let me take out the PALAFIN, which is really, really nice of them. Goodbye, PALAFIN. That said, I do kind of feel like I want to Maybe I'll hit the Flutter Mane with a Jet Punch next turn and protect with my own Flutter Mane. But Cormilargo's back out. That's a lot of Cormilargo. Kind of feel like a Jet Punch plus a Dazzling Gleam would do it. Yeah. Let's just get the big damage out of the way here. My Terra Water PALAFIN is going to be quite good in the damage department in just a second. I really would like to avoid hitting the Cormilargo, the Great Tusk, with the Jet Punch, just because its defense is so high and Flutter Mane's is so low. Did just go for a Terra Ground though. Well, here's hoping. Palvin's gonna use Jet Punch. That's going to do loads of damage. Thank you for the crit. Thank you for the crit. Love you very much. Thank you for the crit. And then the Dazzling Gleam does. Thank you for the double crit. I am just a critman today. That is too good. Too good. We're gonna go for a Jet Punch. Finish this game off. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it when a plan comes together. This really felt like a very solid game. I felt like I had that from the beginning. I called the plays, I made the plays, I directed the game, and all thanks to this team. So I want to give, one more time, the TheStudyGraveler a big, big thanks. Again, the rental code is at the beginning of this video. The rental code, I'll put it up right now as well. But lastly, I just would like to thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed, please do consider hitting the subscribe button, because it really does help us out just to see where the channel's at with all of your support. So with that, I've been Mike and I play with 2 Pokemon on the field. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.